with everything going on in the world, in the country, there's been some changes in funding, government funding for the hospitals, for the government-funded clinics. So there have been a lot of changes that some nurses will find themselves without jobs in those particular areas. So we are looking at what can they do in that case. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a lot. You know, my sister-in-law is a nurse. You're a nurse. I know lots of my niece. I know lots and lots of nurses. And so, and having worked in this industry for so long, I've seen it. People, you know, workers' comp nurses, case managers, legal nurses. I even had a friend who did clinical trials for a pharmaceutical company flying around the country. So there's a lot of things that you can do as a nurse and even as an LPN. I think what we should talk about too is transitioning. So like there right now with AI taking jobs, you can make a transition into nursing within like what, 12 months?
Yeah.
You could get into an LPN program making anywhere upwards of $40 an hour. So the opportunities are vast. And you just really, how do you become successful at anything? You put your head down and you focus and you learn it. And then you take in the information and you keep going back every day. And I say don't complain because you can't really see the goodness when you can't see what to be grateful for when you complain. But yeah, I really like the idea of
transitioning. So those people who are transitioning, say you were working as an accountant, you want to transition, you hear that nursing is a very good career, you can change, you can do this. You buy the book and you read it because nursing is foreign to you. You don't even understand it. Before you start your classes, please buy this book and read it, because when you go into the class, everything will be so much easier for you.
Yeah, and I learned that, you know, as a person that went to school to be a teacher, I learned that repetition and being familiar with the material prior to you coming to the class. Like the people, they actually did a study on this with ACT and SAT scoring, where the wealthier people who were familiar with some of the terms and things, they did way better than people who were not familiar with the terms. So we know that having material up front is very helpful in your success. But also, you know, when you're making a transition, you want to make sure that you know a little bit about what you're getting into. And this is a great career to transition into if you are, you know, if you were in software development or you were doing something that you're staring at a computer and now AI is potentially taking that. Becoming a nurse is a great opportunity. One that you can really turn into a career such as yours and others that I've known. That's really rewarding.
Yes. And so we're just encouraging everybody to buy the book, right? So that, and then you're prepared for nursing. And then we are still here for any questions. And how can people reach out to us?
We have contact at Tano Health Solutions. So if you have, you know, career questions about becoming a nurse, you can reach out to us there. Norma also wrote a book on wound care, complex wounds, and there will be education coming on that. So anything, really, we're here to add value and to share everything we know. Like I said, I've been in healthcare for 20 years. I have owned a home care agency for the last 5 years. And now, really, my goal is to just be as helpful as possible in sharing everything that we know. So that's why you wrote the From High School to Nurse, Everything You Need to Know, trying to get people who really haven't considered this field to consider it and to help them transition into it if they are in a situation where they really don't know what they want to do in life. And then I put together like over 50 different scenarios for people who are in the industry, who, you know, don't know how to manage those soft skill situations, those, you know, coming from a leadership perspective, having been in HR for 20 years in clinical settings, understanding that these environments are dynamic, they're changing. They're unpredictable. And having these scenarios would be helpful because, what do you do if, somebody's not charting properly and you're the manager on duty and you need to get them to chart, or an assignment needs to change, or something's happening and you really need to address it. That's the mark of a great leader. You don't let things go unaddressed, and you know how to address it in a respectful, kind way that's consistently fair. And that's really what we're trying to do. Just really share everything we know and to be as helpful as we can.